Yes, everyone. Welcome back today, my guys. How you all doing? Today, we play our first game in the FA Cup as we take on League 2, I think 22nd place, Morecambe, and we play them at home. So I think we're all feeling pretty optimistic that we're going to see a lot of goals today. Obviously, the lineup has been revealed. I'm going to go through that right now. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat right now. How you guys are doing. One sec, boys and girls. Yes, making sure my stream is good. But yeah, great to see you here. All good. YouTube, how you doing, man? Charlie Mahoney, big up yourself too, bro. Hope you're doing well. The lighting's giving a lot of light today. A life today. What can I say? It's making me look young on stream today. Can't lie. Hopefully the weather remains like this, but it's nice to have like a bright start to the day. Obviously, I'm hoping for a bright performance on the field today, but I think realistically, games like this, you don't learn a single thing. Now, let's waste no time. Let's go straight to the lineup. And as we probably all expected, Gu up front. Very offensive lineup. In my prediction, I assume for some reason that maybe Chukwuemeka might be featuring. Obviously, it seems like there's some big developments with himself and Borussia Dortmund right now. So it seems like I might have to release a news video after the game because we have more developments happening at the moment. So I guess it's an opportunity for Lavia to be at the base now. We're going to see two offensive eights in Felix and Nkunku, and a front three of Neto, Tyreek George, Gu. So very offensive. Should be a lot of combinations. Silky play, hopefully, and at least some fun on the fields. Don't know why Kukurea is there. That's a bit of a mistake. Let me get rid of the guy right now. But the defense kind of speaks for itself. Vega, who seems like he'll be staying here. Maresca said, you know what, I want to keep Renato Vega, rebuffing efforts from Wolverhampton. So I'd imagine that Vega will be inverting in the defense today. Reece James will probably be playing as a wide centre-back. But you know what, ideally, I'm hoping that Reece James is inverting in midfield. I want to see Reece James inverting. I want to see him tested out there. You know, I feel like on paper, this guy could offer us so much moving in that base alongside Moises. This way, Disasi spreads wide to the right, Toast in the middle, and Vega on the left-hand side. That's decent balance, in my opinion. So I'm really hoping we see Reece James inverting in midfield, and that kind of allows you to use Nkunku and Co in the team. Hopefully, as the season goes on, Maresca will feel inclined to maybe test using two offensive eights against certain opposition. That'd be nice to see. But obviously, Neto, Tyreek George, who can hopefully either get an assist or a goal today. That'd be nice for the kids. And Gu up front, who at the moment should be staying here, but I feel like if we get a striker, would it surprise me if he found himself out on loan? Probably not. So that is the lineup on screen right now, boys and girls. How are you feeling about things at the moment? Let me know. You guys get involved in the comments right now. But let's see what the chat's saying. SS, link to the game. I'll post the link I'm using. Is VIP Row, as always. Use VIP Row. That's like the best. That's the most accessible source. I don't think it's the best one, but it's better than nothing. All goods, YouTube. Hopefully Reece James is fully fit. Yeah, hopefully he plays a good 45, 60 minutes. It shouldn't be that intense for him in this game today. I think that it's just about building some fitness now. Hopefully get a few more sub appearances in the upcoming games. Hopefully get some sub appearances against Bournemouth. But I think this lineup shows that, okay, Chimpong's on the bench. He's probably going to be used against Bournemouth, which is, you know, a big testament to how Maresca sees him at the moment. But equally, I think it's a bit disappointing that no other academy guys are getting opportunities. I think Keanu Dyer, after having a great performance against Sporting B, this is a type of game you feel he has half an hour in the second half to showcase what he can do. Or even like Samuel Smith on the left side. I feel like there was an opportunity for at least a few of these guys. You know, look at Mwaka as well, who, you know, made his debut in the Conference League. You think to yourself, was there not a moment here? Like, did Nico have to be on the bench realistically? Is it going to have to resort to us turning towards these first team stars to get through against Morecambe? Absolutely not. And I don't know, I feel like there was a moment here for Maresca to at least use a few of the youth. But maybe it's because I've just finished watching the Liverpool game. I just saw Rio Angoma. I always get this guy's name wrong. Showcasing his talent, showing what he can do. and he's Liverpool's youngest player in their history. And I just knew that when the moment they signed him from us, that he was set to appear for Liverpool at some stage, because this guy's a super talent. And you know, I've seen Masundas and Bogas and Musialas, and I've seen and Gomez, and like not one of these guys has been able to get into the first team yet. I'm still waiting for that Cobham, you know, attacking star to find himself in the first team. It's a shame, but listen, if you don't give them the opportunities, if they don't feel confident, they're gonna go right. So let's see. But Prem Talk, bro, regardless of your overpraise, regardless of your overpraise of your praise of Gueye and Jalaba, they lack versatility. At least 70% they aren't Swiss Army knife type of players. I think if you're describing Gueye and Jalaba not having versatility in their game, I think you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like, respectfully, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you haven't described the point you're trying to make, which I can accept. But explain it better, because if you want to criticize them, or if you have a point to make, you can't be leading with versatility, because that doesn't make any sense, man. OBX Blue, where's your boy Nini? Noni, I guess maybe he's going to be kept for the Prem. I mean, let's see, right? Himesh, how you doing? Ina, how are you, man? I like that Reece James is playing. Yes, I think it's good to see him back. Reece James, you know, he offers a lot of quality in everything he does. Build up defensively in the final thirds, and it's a shame that we haven't been able to consistently utilize his talents, but hopefully he can build his match fitness up, and I want to see him inverting in midfield. I want to see Reece James playing that role which we saw Caicedo operating against Everton really well, and you just think to yourself, this is like tailor-made for Reece James, right? Having Reece James inverting could potentially offer possibilities for Maresca to be like, you know what, there are going to be certain games where I feel like Enzo, you know, you might not be needed. And Kunku or Felix, you're going to be playing as the Yates today. I think that's the type of assurance we could be getting, especially knowing that Reece James can defend that wide really well and really offer things on the ball in the final third. That is the key thing here. So yeah, it's good to see him play. Renato Vega, of course, he's got the sign of confidence from the manager. He wants to keep him here. Clearly, maybe he's doing some interesting things in training. Hopefully, he can have a bigger second half of the season and really showcase what's been about, you know what I mean? But going back to the comments, because the game starts in like 5 minutes time. What you saying? Hep 47, Jalaba is incredibly versatile. Yeah, I mean, that just I don't get that point. But Prem Talk, you overhype players from the academy. Like, I love when people make that comment, man. Overhyping. But people act as if I'm talking about like some obscure talent from the academy that I'm saying is going to be the next star. I think it's absolute nonsense. You guys, if you be watching me, you know what I'm about. I gassed up Gueye. Why? Because we're linked with him. All the big clubs are. He's an England international player, and he's a top quality player. Livramento, Lewis Hall. Like, I feel like when I read that point, I just feel like it's really stupid. I got to keep it real. Yeah, like, overhyping what? Who's overhyped? Like, give the examples about overhyping talents. Yeah, the guys that I've rated seem to be doing pretty decent things for their age in the professional game right now. So I think it's absolute nonsense. I got to keep it real, man. Absolute nonsense. And I feel like when man dropped that, they're just saying comments without actually thinking about who the examples are, who these players are, who's getting overhyped. And equally, you get criticized for believing in the talent, and people are comfortable with other squad guys in the team who aren't necessarily needle movers, who aren't really pushing on or doing much better, like Badia Shield, Disasi, Tolson. It doesn't make any sense to me. Don't make any sense. Anyway, Charlie, it's a game on BBC. It isn't for some reason. It is not on BBC. I'm using VIP Row. If you guys want to like Google that, you'll find an option there. Fuck's sake. I hate these stupid ads, bro. They're so egregious. It's ridiculous. But Jax might be a winger for Chelsea, in my opinion. No, he's not going to be a winger anymore. He's a striker. Southern Sweet Studios. Bro, if Felix or Nkunku perform well today, are we going to be reminded that this isn't the Premier League? But like, you expect them to perform well against this type of opposition. They've not really been tested against quality opposition much this season. You know, like, this is why I've been very careful about what I say in my post-match reviews. I just refer to these games being fun games, fun distractions. You're not going to learn much in terms of performances or players or Maresca's ideas or anything realistically. So you can't get too gassed about that. All you can hope for is that these guys do what you expect from them, which is score goals, affect the game, and give us some entertainment. You know what I mean? Ryan, Anselmino, Ashimpong, Jalaba and Cole would be a perfect back three for us. I think Anselmino and Ashimpong, I really like the look of Anselmino. I'll be brutally real with you guys. He looks like an exciting prospect. And when Clearlake can make moves for your Piazers and Williams and Anselminos, I'm here for stuff like that. I really am. Am I here for maybe the other distracting signings that don't even have a place in the squad? Not really. Let's keep the balance. Let's keep the focus. And you know what I mean? Let's... I don't think we need to go youth crazy anymore, because we can't be waiting another 5 years for these guys to be in their prime. By the time that happens, we're going to still be where we are. So I'm not really about that, to be honest with you. I hope you guys can hear me. I always hear this thing where half the people say my audio is really clear and good, and the other half say it's too low, it's like not loud enough. You know what I mean? So let me know if you guys... Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello? Yeah, I feel like everything's like working my side, to be honest with you. But you guys, let me know real quick if everything is working your end in terms of audio, if you guys can hear me okay. I'm just double checking like my OBS settings right now just to make sure. I feel like everything's all right. I feel like everything's all right. It's good. We can hear clearly. You're blessed. Audio is good. Yeah, it's loud, yeah, and clear. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I always worry for some reason, because I always get that all the time. And I'm always looking at my settings and I'm realizing everything's actually quite calm. So, okay, cool. But anyway, my friends, the game's starting anytime soon. I'm going to post you the link I'm using, VIP. I'm going to send you guys the link that I'm using to watch the game right now. You guys, I'm going to post it. Pinned comment in the chat. So, yeah, don't say that I don't have you guys. So, 1 sec. I'm going to post it up right now. That's the link I'm using. Of course, if you guys have better links, I suggest that you help people out in chat. Like, post your links, send you your URLs and, you know, all that good stuff. But anyway, if you guys need a link to the game, look above right now. You'll see it. Pinned comment in the chat. That is the direct link that I'm using right now. Okay, I'm going to get ready to get the timer on. Manual clock, yep, first half. Because normally when I stream, you know, it's not real time. It can lag a little bit. But yeah, I have a super chat here. Thank you so much, Lewis. Hey, I appreciate that, man. My favorite striker solution is Pedro from Flamengo. Classic number 9 for Brazil in the, 22 World Cup. Would cost around 35 million. Like, we got linked with him. I remember discussing him, like, I think a year and a half ago or something. Like, he is like an all-round number 9. And you know what, Lewis? That's the type of profile I feel would be smart business. I'm not going to necessarily say Pedro, but that profile is exactly what we need. I think we need a bit of a plan B. We need someone that can... You know what? I've got a video I'm hoping to finally release tomorrow in my top 5 striker targets. If you guys watched my stream yesterday, you'll know there's one particular player I think would be quite smart for us to sign right now. So yeah, let's see. yesterday, yeah, so I've got technical issues in my area with the internet. So sometimes at night it can just lag like crazy and like all my devices get affected. So that was really affecting the stream quality yesterday. So sorry about that. And the clapping, yeah, honestly, I've been doing it for so long. It's just like second nature at this point, and I just completely forget about it. But I'm going to try and do my best in 2025. But anyway, the game's going to be starting anytime soon. The referee is about to kick off things right now. Okay, MORECAMBE. Why am I saying Borkham? My lord. Anyway, give me 1 sec. I'm going to like sync up the timer right now. All right. 3, 2, kick off. Hey, I've got a super chat. Bear with me 1 second. I'm about to just manually set the timer right now. So just need a few seconds. And we kick things off. And that's it, my friends. As I said, if you need a link to the game today, look at the pinned comment in the chat right now. You'll see a link that will take you straight to watching the game. So if anyone needs help, tell them where to go to find the link. But anyway, I've got another super chat. Thank you, Reese Thomas. Appreciate the love, man. Have been watching your content for almost a year. Keep up the good work. Watching from the sauna in Finland. Oh, bro, I'm jealous right now. That is something I absolutely love, to be honest. When I was in Vietnam, I was taking advantage of every like sauna, every spa, every treatment, everything. And yeah, I mean, bro, you're living life right now in a sauna, watching the game. Yeah, can't be asking for much, but I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, honestly, I always appreciate anytime people send super chats. It's yeah, it's always like pretty humbling, to be fair with you. So thank you so much. But anyway, kick off. Pedro Neto on the right hand side. He's taking on his man. He runs into a wall, and MORECAMBE. Okay, Pedro Neto tries to save the situation, and he wins the free kick at least. Okay. I think we all want to see more from Neto. Again, he's not being bad. A lot of these guys haven't been bad for us, but we want to see more. We want to see more quality, more consistency. Or maybe just affecting the game more, you know? I feel like a lot of these guys do things well tactically. They run hard, they fight hard, make the right movements, hold the ball up well. But I feel like the next stage now for a lot of these players, second half of this season, affect the game. Get the goals, get the assists, get more involved, you know? When Neto scored that excellent equaliser against Arsenal, we thought, is that going to be him really claiming that right wing spot? It's still been this bit of a tug of war between himself and MORECAMBE, but I don't know. I still think he's a really good player to have for your squads, and I'm not opposed to his signing. But anyway, delicious cross into the box, and Disasi can't head that towards target. I was mentioning the point in my stream yesterday that we're blessed with an abundance of excellent crosses in this team, like Reese, Neto, MORECAMBE, Palmer. I mean, you can go on in terms of the quality we have from deliveries, even Cucurella with those La Masia cutbacks from the left. We don't have anyone who's taking advantage of the fact that we can, just like that, we got players who can change the game with dead balls from nowhere. I feel like that is something that has to be addressed. And this is why going for a particular profile of striker that is good aerially, that could be a big difference for us, yeah? Big difference for us. Because I'm looking at players that can, you know, not every signing has to be a needle mover that's like 9 out of 10 and better than what you have. Sometimes certain profiles elevate what already exists in your team, right? So if you have a lot of crosses, but no one's getting the assist they deserve for their deliveries, maybe sign someone that can do justice to it. Anyway, Neto, brilliant one on run on the right side. Oh, he tries to slip in Joao Felix. But you know what I mean? In moments like that, Neto, it was a brilliant run down the right. I want you to take a shot with your left foot. I want you to affect the game that way. Too many guys want to look to pass the ball to someone else. Take the shot yourself now. You're playing against MORECAMBE. You did not have to release that to Felix. No matter how tempting it was. Like, force the effort. Put pressure on the goalkeeper. I want to see more of that type of stuff from these guys this season, man. Ah, shit. Anyway, Mike, my stream's just lagging a little bit right now. Fucking hell, man. Alright, 1 sec, boys. Hopefully it's gonna work here. This is, yeah, I hate these sites. Okay, and the stream is down, so that's not very reassuring. Fuck's sake, mate. Bear with me, yeah, bear with me, guys. I've got a little bit of a tech difficulty right now. Oh, fuck's sake. Expectations are a hat trick from Mark Yu. I would like to see him get on the score sheet, at least get a brace, bare minimum, you know? I feel like 4-5-0 would be like a respectable scoreline today. Let's see what happens, but I feel like we have to see a lot of goals today, man. Yeah, bear with me. Hopefully it's going to be working soon. For fuck's sake, man. Bro, I'm trying to send you a live stream link to watch, but it's not going through. Yeah. If you have me on Twitter, that could be helpful, but hopefully this link's working now. I think I'm back in the game now. Oh my lord, this is nuts, bro. It's just like the amount of like pop-up ads. I got ad blocker and everything, and it's just like ridiculous how like crazy these ads are, man. Completely just covering my whole screen. It's nuts. But if you have a link, maybe Vega trying to have a howler so far. That's what I mean. Like Vega, like he's still like a bit of time away from really being like a consistent squad presence, in my opinion. I think a lot of times it's like more psychological, more lack of confidence. He has to build himself up like as he's playing. But he doesn't have that authority that you just automatically think he would play with. That can come with a lot of time, but not anytime soon. So I'm surprised that he could be remaining here. I find that he's very raw, to be honest with you. A lot of people in the fan base seem to just see other things around him though, which I don't really understand, but I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, this is evil, man. It's so evil. Yeah, if I'm still struggling in the next 2 minutes, I might just even cancel this whole stream, honestly. This is just, yeah, it's just crazy, to be honest. Like, I'm using like 3 different sites, and it's just like pop-up ads, pop-up ads, pop-up ads. Got ad blocker on, got everything on right now, and just no luck at all with this game right now. Fucking hell, these fucking sites, man. Honestly. Fucking stupid sites. VIP League. Yeah, let me look. Thanks for that, bro. VIP League. I'm using VIP everything right now. It's just not doing anything. VIP books, VIP League. It's the, like, how do you guys get past the ads? Is my ad blocker not good enough or something? It's like constantly getting redirected to different browsers. It's trying to like download shit as well. It's crazy, honestly. It's like just, even on the iPads, the play button's not responsive either. It's fucking hell. 12 seconds, 11, 10. My comments got deleted several times before. Ah, that's annoying. YouTube does that for some reason. Soccer stream on hundreds and use OVO. I use AdBlock Origin, so I have no problems. I got AdBlock. Bro, I don't even understand what's going on. Fucking hell, man. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm really struggling here, and it's just trying to like download. Yeah, struggling like crazy out here, man. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be working for me today. Real talk. These fucking ads are ridiculous, bro. These fucking ads are absolutely nuts. It's just like, boom. Every time you touch anything, 10 ads are popping up. And I've got the ad blockers. I've got everything on right now. Got everything on right now. It just feels like it works for some people. It doesn't work for other people. Maybe because a lot of people are like using the site or something. I mean, it was working but fine, and then it just completely cut off then. Okay, now it seems to be back on for me now. Thank God. Now, fingers crossed it remains this way now. I'm looking at a close-up of Felix. I'm guessing the score is still 0-0. Vega up tight. He doesn't win the ball though. But Reece James is there to mop things up. And he tries to find Neto. Doesn't do that. But Nkunku heads it very well to the right hand side to release Neto. Neto plays it back inside to Romeo. Romeo back to Reece James. And hits the first man. Nkunku tries to salvage that. But I think that's a corner for us. Or is that not? Okay, cool. Corner time. But what did I miss then in the last like 5-6 minutes? And you guys were saying Renato Vega wasn't that great. Like, what mistakes was he making? Anyway, set piece time. We've got some big guys in the box right now. Gu, Vega, Disasi, Tosin. Near post. Oh, comes off the frame of the goal, it looks like. Ah, unlucky. Tosin near post. Ah, comes off the frame. That should have been 1-0 then. Yeah, comes off straight off the frame. I feel like a lot of the set pieces we go for, we kind of target that area of the box, right? Like near post efforts. It's been quite dangerous. A lot of times we're not taking full advantage of some of the deliveries from those sides. Anyway, Felix plays a pass back to Disasi. Romeo on the ball. He's like one of our only like natural like DMs we have in the team. It's we're quite thin when you think about it. Anyway, Disasi, he's on the left sides. Reece James into the path of Neto. Neto's running inside, spreads it wide to Disasi. His touch takes it back to his right foot. But he finds Felix. Disasi. Back to Vega, who's inverted. Romeo Lavia spreads it wide. 1v1 Neto against his man, now 2v1 against him, but Reece James is there to double up. That's what you need in this system. You need that wide centre back playing like a fullback at times. Neto, oh, great ball inside the box. Like Neto, the crosses he plays without any backlift, you know, it's he's a very, but with either foot, left foot, right foot, it's I think it's one of his best qualities, to be honest with you. I think it's one of his best attributes that he has. And yet again, another corner. It feels like the game is quite physical in the first 15 minutes. But can we break the deadlock now? Great delivery. Across the 6-yard box. Handball? I don't think so. Let me see the replay maybe. Is that a handball penalty? Is that a penalty then? There must be. Okay. Oh, that's a penalty. That is a straight penalty. Are you mad? That's actually outrageous that he... Like, what was he covering? Like, he wasn't covering his face. That is absolutely outrageous. Songo. He's like one of their top guys, no? That was outrageous. That's like one of the most blatant handballs you've seen in your entire life. Like, you're a professional football player, no matter that you're playing in League 2, yeah? How are you in a situation when you're literally doing the Samuel Eto'o in the 09-10 season, like that close to the linesman? I mean, that's ridiculous. Anyway, and Nkunku, if he doesn't score this, yeah, I'd actually be very surprised. But he's just stat padding in very easy games. Yep, 1-0. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Wow. Look how cocky I was getting. I just had so much confidence in Christo. Wow, Christo, that's a terrible penalty, man. Like, right in the middle, too. He's not taken any penalty like that this season. That is like that's a terrible penalty. But look how far off the keeper was off his line, though. I just want to mention that point. The keeper was miles off his line. Is that not going to get retaken? Fair enough. But Christo, when players aim in the middle, I just think it's like, come on, that is... Yeah, I think that's just so poor. What an absolute useless penalty from Christo, honestly. Useless penalty, man. Come on, Chris, I've been bigging you up. But so far, penalty and a few set pieces. Not being too much at the moment. Wow. Just like nothing. What? It's just like a... But bro, look, the keeper, is he not miles off his line? That's what I was thinking. Was the keeper not miles off his line? Should that not be retaken? Like, outside of that being a terrible penalty, it's a terrible penalty. There was nothing to it. But the keeper, I mean, he was off his line before the shot was taken. Come on, Christo, man. Like, I hate when players do that. I hate when players do that. Is he not feeling confident? Is that why that happened? Weird. Okay, Yerps, you saw the same thing. He was miles off his line. Okay, I'm not making excuses then. He was miles off his line. That should have been retaken. Yeah, you definitely need a lot of luck if referees aren't calling for actions like that. I mean, that's crazy to me, to be honest. Anyway, we go back to it now. I can't believe it, 20 minutes in, still 0-0. And a lot of times at the Conference League, we were like 2-3 goals up by now. Come on, man. I think a lot of us expected to be facing different teams who are going to be respecting us more second half of the season. Looking to, close down angles, park the bus, congest the middle. Can we react to that? Can we find solutions against that? Terrible, man. It's not been the most inspiring start to this game, I have to say. But I mean, credit to MORECAMBE. I mean, they're coming here with a plan. They're looking aggressive on the ball. They're doing all the basics that you want to see. You know, they're coming here playing with pride. They're not here to be whipping boys. And that's the beauty of the FA Cup. Every season, there's a surprise team for a reason. And I've always loved I love this competition. I like seeing the lesser clubs, showing what they can do against, clubs from all across the league, all the league divisions. I think it's an important competition. I think anytime a club can win this, I think it's a big honor to have. Yeah, these are the type of games, right? Vega. I don't know. I kind of like when Vega had the bigger afro, to be honest with you. I don't know about this one too much. Anyway, Felix back inside to Romeo. See, MORECAMBE, they're trying to get in our heads. They're trying to play aggressively. Like we're rising to the challenge a little bit sometimes. So they're communicating. Listen, if you're gonna beat us, you're gonna have to play well to beat us today, and I respect that. I respect that. Vega inside. Gu drops deep. First time layoff to Felix. Felix, where's the options? That's like such negative football. No one made a move off the ball then. Reece James, why did he not go down to the right hand side? And he's just like kept the ball for 5 seconds to play it backwards. I mean, that's such negative football. Negative football, man. Vega. Spreads that. Tyreek George. Back to Vega. No. To the Sassy. Tyreek George. 2v1 against him. Is anyone there on the left? No one is. But Felix, great close control in a tight area. Very nice close control from Felix. But the angle's not there. Can he engineer something? He tries to just place that at the far post. Dangerous ball, but well defended by MORECAMBE. Neto. Back to Reece James. Reece to Romeo. Romeo. Over the top. Nah, it's too flowy. It's too flat. I mean, there's no pace on that ball then. Anyway, Felix attempts something. Is that a free kick? No. Got a super chat though. Thank you, Lewis, again, bro. I never buy centre backs from France and strikers from the Bundesliga. Oh my god. Maybe for our club. I see other clubs benefiting from that though. But you have to get the right profiles. I think Disasi was always like a why type of move. Never really understood the utility behind that. I think he's a good defender. Like if you need a particular centre back to defend your books and stuff, he is a good defender. I'm not going to take that away from him. But we need something a bit different. We need more pace for sure. We need someone who can play in spaces. You need those types of qualities. Someone that can comfortably play past the halfway line. And Disasi, he knows he'll get beaten for pace. He's got like the Harry Maguire brick turning radius. And you can't be having something like that out wide. It doesn't make any sense. And to be honest, yeah, I'm actually a bit disappointed that Vega's not playing on the left. And we're not seeing, Reece James inverting in midfield. I really feel like that would be a really interesting thing to see what Reece James could do. Playing a very supportive, inverted role. But obviously he can play the wide centre-back role to a T. That's no problem. I just felt like that would have been something. But that's very nice from Jorgensen then. Nice little first-time Cruyff turn. Listen, he's playing against weaker opposition, but with Jorgensen, he shows that it's too easy for him. That's what I like. Like, come on. This is not much of a test for me. Of course, I'm going to do a Cruyff turn against you. But anyway, Mark, who gets in front of his man, and that's a nice shot at the near post. Well saved. And was that not a... I think I got away, actually. Sorry, I've got like all these birds on my balcony right now. Sorry about that, chat. I like a bit of wildlife and nature, I have to say. Like, I'm one of those guys where, like, if I'm going on a walk, I'll, like, you know, leave, like, seeds or food out, feed the birds. If I've got, like, food that's gone off, I'm going to leave it outside for the foxes or something like that. I'm not gonna throw it away if it feels like a wasting, you know? But again, look, 10 attempts, 1 attempt on target in nearly half an hour's worth of football. It's not great. It's not great. But anyway, Carnish, how you doing, man? Routine, love, thank you, bro. Love from Toronto. Bro, I might be in Toronto next year, actually, which I'm excited for, to be honest. So I'm going to be international these next 2 years. I'm going to be going to Miami and America for the Club World Cup. I'm excited for that. Got a few other destinations planned as well. Anyway, Jorgensen controls that situation then. A bit of a nervy moment. But again, he handles it. Yeah, so what? It looks a bit messy then, but don't worry, boys. I got that under control. So I can't really complain. But it's interesting. If we go on the market again in the summer to sign another goalkeeper, I don't know. You've bought like 4 or 5 keepers and like all of them still aren't good enough. This is the issue with the Clear Lake model. Or maybe I can't really call it the Clear Lake model. This is the issue with the director's policy sometimes. You can't be constantly revolving keepers inside and out. You know, making buys that aren't necessarily needle movers, but you clearly need them in certain positions, right? I think for all those keepers we could have bought, where realistically maybe only one will make it, and it might even just be the number 2. You know what I mean? I think it's crazy that we still find this, we create this revolving door situation in certain positions sometimes. It's, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Like, we've got some great players, but obviously if you've bought like 50 players, like some of them are bound to be good for you, know? Anyway, Reese back to Vega. Vega back to the Sassy. Tyreek George, that's a nice little play from Tyreek George to inject some pace then. But the delivery, the switch ball is too short. It doesn't find Neto and, you know, messes up some good play then. But MORECAMBE, they're not afraid to assert themselves physically. Is that surprising us? I don't know. But we have to react to that. We have to respect them in this game today. Very disciplined in their shape off the ball so far. Again, every team can do this right now, you know. Protect the middle. Like 5 guys at the back, 4 midfields. It's been a curse that's like hurt us now for years. Tyreek. Over the top. Oh, I think it was a nice idea to Vega. Doesn't make it. But anyway, 1-2 with Joao Felix. Felix, close control. Takes a shot. Oh, that's what I want to see from Felix. You know, he's one of those players that he can fashion moments like that. And other players can't do stuff like that. I want to see him. That's what I want to see a lot more from Felix, you know. Now, this was great play from Felix. Tight areas, out from nothing. Turns away. Changes his direction and takes a low-driven shot and forces a really good save. I thought that was destined to go in the back of the net, actually. That's a top save from their keeper. Top save from their keeper. And yet again, another corner. I think it's our 6th or 5th corner right now. Far post, another save forced. Toasting again. But referee calls that for some reason. Yeah. It's like a nature documentary outside my balcony right now. I'm seeing crows. I'm seeing like what's those green parrots called? Like parakeets or something like that. Crazy. Getting a little bit distracted. But come on, you guys. You squad guys, man. I don't want to be seeing first team guys coming on second half. I think that's just like ridiculous. If that was the case, that would be ridiculous in my opinion. Listen, credit to MORECAMBE for making it hard for us. I can acknowledge that. But equally, I mean, you know what I mean? Let's see some flipping injection of something. Let's see some pace on the ball now, for God's sake. Neto, forced to play backwards yet again. Vega. Like when we play this way, I think to myself, what is the solution really to break these teams down? Like there's no third man movements. Anytime the ball's shifted wides, the wingers 2v1 against. There's no option close to him to do like a quick 1-2 with. There's no overloads out wides, you know? Like you need to be making 3v2s if they're going to be going 2v1 against your winger. And it's just always this like, always this constant reliance on passing inside, doing everything in the middle, where it's like the area you don't want to flipping be in, you know? Like I think to myself, can't we do something like you overload one side, you say, you know what, we're going to overload the left side, we're going to free up the right hand side to break you down and unlock you. We don't do that. It's just like equally spread out across the fields. We get well contained. We don't do enough. And I don't understand it sometimes. Like this can't be the only way. Like this can't be the only way. The Sassy, who's he found? He's inside again. Where's his option? Where's his option? Sideways to Reece James. Back to Neto. And Neto plays it back to Christo. Christo. The Sassy. Tyreek. Again, who's close to Tyreek? No one. He has to like get past his man and put a ball in the box or go inside or do something like that maybe. But it doesn't come off because it's like how many guys against you? And I think to myself, why is like Vega not near him? Why is Felix not near him? It's like they're waiting for the miracle ball to come inside the box. Like we're fans, we've seen this type of game a million times. And I just think, is this the only solution? Is there no evolution? Is there no tweaks that can be made? Yeah. Because it's like, I get flashbacks to so many seasons. I get flashbacks to the 21-22 season, flashbacks to the 22-23 season, flashbacks to games under Antonio Conte, flashbacks to so many games because you've seen this style of game so much. The team nullifies us. And it's just like the way we move the ball is that there seems to be like no plan. It's just like eventually if we keep moving it, something will happen. But what are we really doing to force a mistake out of the opposition? I want to see like an overload down one side, free up the opposite side. You know, I want to see more third man movements. When I look at a team like Liverpool, how are they constantly able to somehow find transition moments or play through teams? And I see them and I just see so much rotation from their players. I see so many third man runs being made. I see them using fullbacks that are very happy to like take their men on and time the overlaps down to a T. And it feels like, don't we have all these profiles that could do something a bit similar in games like this, right? Like, what is the point of having a straight back three against a team that's not going to fucking press you realistically? I can't believe MORECAMBE are making me talk like this. But again, any team can play this way. And it seems to be a bit of a headache for us right now. Neto. Again, it's just like, it's the difficult pass to find the forward guy. The difficult pass. It's just like, come on, man. Now it's just poor, man. It's poor. Imelda, how you doing? Take the Sassy out. He doesn't seem to want Chelsea to win this game. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like he's comfortable. If he's not in the middle, what is the point of the Sassy, realistically? I mean, we all understand that. We all get that. A bit of a weird move. Stuart, for some reason, was obsessed with bringing in some Frenchman. Gusto, I'll take. Badiashile, I think he's a decent player, I'll be honest. And if he was playing right now, we'd be moving the ball a lot better. So his injury's not been the best time thing. But in going for the Sassy, like what was the point? You know? Weird. Counter attack this time, MORECAMBE. Forces the shot, but Jorgensen's there to deal with things. It just feels like it's like a lack of urgency. Is that me projecting that because I'm already getting frustrated with this game? Or do you guys also see the same thing? Like there's a little bit of this lack of urgency in our play a little bit. Like really slow to close down the cross then. Like why is Tolson allowing him to come inside to take the shot off? I think that's fucking lazy defending, if I'm being honest with you. Very lazy defending. Vega just missed the sideways. Reece James in the flat. Why is Reece James in this area? Why is he in that area? Why does he have to be so insides alongside all these guys? Because they're not going to press you on the ball. You know what I mean? Like, we have like 4 guys at the back. Morecambe aren't going to press Reece James in that position. So it's like, what is the point? You're not going to attract the press. You're not going to draw the press towards you. Like, you know, we have to be fucking aggressive. I'm sorry, I'm swearing. I shouldn't be swearing like so like casually for free. But yeah, come on. If you want to play past these teams, you've got to have some fucking balls. You've got to be a bit aggressive on the ball. But in your movements, you know. I'm tired of seeing Tosin, the Sassy, and Reece James making this back 3 for what? Like, what is the point of it when Morecambe aren't pressing you on the ball? It baffles me, man. It actually baffles me. No overlaps, no nothing. And then when Neto has the ball, he's forced to play an in-swinger, and Tyree George is losing the ball now as he's forced to just engineer anything from nothing right now. I'm just like, come on, man. This can't be the only way, for God's sake. Like, this can't be the only way. It's actually really frustrating. Norbert. The emojis just kind of sum up our performance so far. Ryan Bat, the Nkunku miss has affected the players' mindsets. Yeah, I mean, please, bro. I really pray one pen miss isn't having this much damage against bottom of the table, lead to opposition. Nah. I can't be having that. Maresca today, I don't know what I don't get it, to be honest. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, I thought if you got Vega in the middle, no, I'm saying it so stupid. I would have preferred to have seen Reece James alongside Lavia in the middle. Vega at least having a bit of willingness to get forward a little bit. You know what I mean? That would be much better for us. But I don't know. Very like passive, very safe. It's very disappointing so far. Of course, add insult to injury. The stream has to lag. I hate my life right now. What are you guys saying in the chat so far? EK, just back the bus against Chelsea and hit on the counter attack. That's all it takes to beat us. Exactly. That's all it takes. You would think that we could control that a bit better now. But the reason why we don't control it is I don't think we assert ourselves properly enough. You know, when you play this type of way, when you're constantly funneling your attacks back inside, eventually the opposition has a bigger chance of winning the ball and then hitting someone on the breakout wide because you have no one there really. And again, it becomes like a 50-50 game because if you're the opposition, you've won the ball in the congested area. You've now just pinned a pass down the left side. It becomes like a race now. It's a bit of a chase down that side right because someone has to go on a 30-yard run to engage. You're isolated. And a lot of times you're not like even in the right position to properly deal with that type of counter threat. But if you assert your attacking game better, like I've never understood what is wrong with being super aggressive for the goal, hopefully get the second goal, then play with control afterwards because it's a different game after that, right? Like as fans, can we really say we're doing enough right now to find solutions against Morecambe? Are we really doing enough? You know, you got Nkunku, you got Felix, just kind of wasting away in this game, offering absolutely nothing. The wide guys isolated. You know, sideways passing. I like, you know, I was really believing this Maresca hype. I was really impressed with a lot of things I've seen. I'm hoping that this is a little bit of a dip period and this isn't like a reflection of some of the criticisms that Leicester City fans had towards him second half of last season. I really hope that's not the case here. Like, I don't mind these like Takatico, like lab managers where it's like the whole ethos is about, you know, game plans to nullify the opposition, but can you now affect things in game? You know, can you make the right decisions? Like, can you make the team be aggressive when they have to be? You know, details like that. Because I don't know, I don't see other teams suffering against this opposition as much as we do. Or maybe they do and I'm not seeing it. I'm not going to really add Arsenal into the equation. But the top teams, your Cities and Liverpools and stuff like that, I don't see them suffering in that manner. But anyway, it seems like We just got the goal right now. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. We score the goal now before the second half. It was needed. Sturdy defense, but Tolson's there in the end to get the first goal for the game. Yes, I should be more gassed. I should be more excited. But, I mean, I can't be getting too carried away realistically, you know. Yeah, we finally got the first goal. It should have come earlier from Nkunku. But at least now we don't have to worry about, you know, playing the same way second half, hopefully. I have missed long shots at Chelsea. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, now my thing's playing up again now. It just about got there. And now it's playing up again. Ah, fuck this shit, man. Hebo, how you doing? I think this is the first time I see a Tuchel Salah play this season. I never see us play with this type of lethargy in our game. Yeah, I agree, man. It's reminding me of that a little bit. And it was funny because under Tuchel at the time, everyone's common complaint was if the attacking players were better, we'd be executing the game plan better. Technically, we now have that because all the players people hated are now gone. And they're replaced with the players that people in the fan base like. And it's not really doing much of a difference, really, is it? But I don't know. I think in a game like this, like, bro, you could easily just have a back two. Easily keep it back two and just be flipping aggressive. Like how we were against Crystal Palace. Anyway, Tosin to the Sassy. Vega. Oh, Tosin goes again. He's even smiling about that. I wish Maresca would teach the lads about long range shots more to break load. Yeah, I think so. But a lot of times there's not always there's not that space that's open up for the long shot. A lot of times. Like, I find it interesting that the centre backs have more space to take shots compared to anyone else, which kind of sums up a lot of about where the space is actually existing. Tosin. I mean, how do you guys find Tosin in the chat? Like, is he someone that you like? You want to see him here for a few more years? Are you impressed by him? Like, what's your thoughts on him? I mean, Sassy makes life hard for Tyreek down the left, but at least we keep the ball. Throwing for us. Felix, nice little idea then with the throwing. Role player, okay. He can go. All right. He can grow, not go. Okay. If the space is there, take the shot. It will make the defenders come out to defend. Exactly. If we have that consistent threat, yeah, you're probably going to be creating a bit more space, right? But realistically, I've not seen any shooting opportunities for an Nkunku or Felix too often. Only the defenders, you know, the guys who are really deep have that space. Tosin spreads that to the Sassy. Tyree, come on, Tyree, get the shot off, mate. Can you do that? That's like the inexperience, right? If he was like a few years older, he would have been more fluid with his decision to come inside to take the shot off. He kind of paused for a bit, changed his mind, and then decided to force the shot. Like, that's like the youthful inexperience. Shining in an example like that. Reece James. Not another great cross from Reece. Another poor cross. Yeah, exactly. Southern Sweet Studios, you've said it. If the centre backs are passing from the halfway line, there isn't going to be any space. Exactly. Felix. I feel like Nkunku has just been on the periphery this entire game. Non-existent. Oh, that was a nice pass from Felix. Little 1-2 then. Doesn't get executed, but that was a nice idea. Felix is adding a little bit of imagination in this game, I have to say, with like his little movements or little shot attempts or little like cute passes here and there. I am dead. 40 mil for Guy is a legit deal. It surprises me that some man in the fan base don't seem to rate him, which is typical. I feel like people have this innocent lack of confidence around players from our academy for some reason, even though no one else seems to see it that way, which is just baffling. Like other fans actually rate what we do and rate the players that come through, and they're actually confused like guys like Liv Ramonto and Lewis Hall aren't with us, but like for the average person in our fan base, this is just like, nope, they're not good enough. Move them on. You're not going to win anything with them. You know, sign or, you know, the sassies and shit. I don't know. Come on. Paint my love. Neto is non-existent in this game. This is the thing, man. This is the thing. When you come to a club like us, the rules are different at Wolves. How many teams are parking the bus against Wolves? Can we keep that brutally honest? It's a different game when you've got space all the time, when you can play on the transition. When things like that happen, it's a different game. But when you come to a club like us, where most of the teams are going to look to restrict you because of the quality that you have, it's a completely different game. And I think we forget this every single time as a fan base. And then our next logical conclusion is to blame the player for not being as good as we thought. But no, it's not about that. It's a team game. Like, we struggle as a team, not because of individuals. It's the team in which is the reason why we're not consistently a threat against this type of tactic. That's the issue. It's not the player. Like, we've bought too many players. We've revamped too many things to constantly keep blaming the players for not being good enough, because realistically in the market, no one will be good enough. Yeah, it's just, we've exhausted too many players now for it to just be, you know, a recruitment issue all the time now. See, again, it's just like you're playing a stupid pass to Felix, who has to do some like, you know, FIFA 25 skill move to get out of space. Then it's just like, what's going on? Again, no one's pushing forward really. Very slow. And see, Neto, 2v1. He runs again. He puts the cross in. Dangerous ball in the box. I mean, listen, he shows some quality when he's restricted. I mean, I see no issues with Neto, and I think for your squads, I think this is the wing I want to have in my squad, right? Because he can play on the left, play on the right. Super sub, play in the first team, competition figure. I'm not opposed to the signing, I have to be honest with you. Neto again, but look, no, there's no overlap. If he was at Liverpool, he's got Trent alongside him, or he's got Connor Bradley. You see what I mean? That makes a difference. That makes a difference, yeah. And I literally watched Liverpool have fun against Accrington Stanley. Because how many, like, Connor Bradley bombing forward, Trent Alexander-Arnold scoring from the right side. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't get why we don't create those same conditions sometimes. I don't get it. Especially against this level of opposition, a League 2, bottom of the table League 2 team. And I'm still not seeing no fucking overlap for the winger. I mean, come on, man. It's just a bit baffling, to be honest with you. Yeah, I know, I get it, man. I mentioned my point again. We've signed too many players to constantly say, "Oh, they're dead. They're not good enough. They're not good enough." Bro, you're gonna be disappointed by 90% of players in the game then, because unless you're targeting like Messi or someone, there's not many players who are like systemless guys who are stars who don't need systems to shine that are going to come here and then like make sense of something. It's not going to happen. Yeah, when I see all the other clubs offer overlaps and underlaps and movement all the time out wide, and when we decided all of a sudden, wingers, we don't want to give you any underlaps or overlaps, of course they're going to fucking struggle. It really is that simple. And it doesn't matter how good you are in a team game, in the modern day game these days. Yeah, it's not an FA Cup game from 15 years ago, whereas, you know what I mean? No, you have to do more. And I'm just a bit surprised why there's this reluctance to just, keep two at the back. Tell one of these guys to be a consistent, supportive person for the winger. That's how you're going to get through them, for God's sake. Like, come on. I hate seeing our rivals constantly clock this and we don't clock this. It's so frustrating. It don't really make any sense to be honest with you. And, yeah, it just baffles me, I have to say. But anyway, question time, my guys. 15 minutes. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Who's the shit player this time? Who do we need to sign? Now I'm being cynical. But okay, wrong manager completely. Hodag. Going straight to the source. I feel you. I am dead. Wow. Sporting directors can't buy a useful, experienced player. The sassy net or KDH. They try to make Chelsea potential FC. It's like doing Brighton on a £1 billion budget. I mean, listen, I think after going through so many windows and so many signings and recruitment, I mean, you see that it's not really like taking us there as fast as possible. It's just like, what's going on? Because a lot of times a window, you don't need 10 years or 5 windows to be successful, right? Like when Liverpool backed Klopp in one window when they signed like Mane's and Salah's and stuff like that, the foundation was there. And then the second season got Van Dijk in that. And then the third season it was a title challenge. I think they won. It was like consecutive Champions League final appearances. It didn't take that long, once the idea was there from the manager, once key players are bought for him, and then once, a few more additional creme de la creme options were signed, that was all that was needed. And I just think to myself, why is it so long to recreate that here? And I just look at the flipping recruitment sometimes and I just think it's just a bit too much, Wheeling and dealing, having to sell before you can buy, like no conviction behind the players you're targeting, in a position where we have like 3 goalkeepers that have played first team football over the last 12 months, 2 like wonder kid keepers out on loan. You have 5 goalkeepers, and then you still hear reports that we could target another keeper in the summer. It's just like, I'm sorry, like it just feels a bit stupid to me, It doesn't make any sense. PSR, but we put ourselves in this position to be affected by PSR. This is what I keep stressing. This is the issue I see. We feel the ramifications and the pressure of PSR because of aggressive recruitment that just didn't work. Not only was it buying the wrong guys like Raheem Sterling. Listen, all of us knew. None of us was excited for Raheem Sterling from Man City. None of us were. And he's still costing us a fortune. He's our highest earning player. And he's still in our books. Not only was it shit recruitment then, but then it was the over recruitment, like buying all these players and then finding the manager that can come in and make sense of it. I mean, fair enough, I guess. And I feel like Maresca's like, listen, now that he's here, I get an impression that there's a few things he wants right. Like he wants to have another midfield player, another striker. If you're going to back this guy, back him properly. But the directors have to chill now. They can't be doing recruitment for fun. Like the only players we get right now are the players the manager wants. If he's not getting them, don't waste our time because I get a bit sick and tired covering transfer stories sometimes. It's just too much. And not only is it just players for our team, but then it's all the other players for Strasbourg on top of that as well. It's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy in my opinion. F guys always complain about Neto crossing, but then cry when people like Madueke and Sterling don't pass the ball when they should. Listen, I don't even think that's the issue. My main thing is, out of all the amazing crosses we have in the team, who's consistently taking advantage of these balls? We didn't sign that number 2 aerial guy. I feel like it's quite obvious now that that Chris Wood type of figure. If we had someone like that, he doesn't have to get 20 goals a season. We don't need that. He just has to get a few crucial goals with his head or being that target man. And that's how you make the players you bought better, because it's like, shit, all these amazing balls I'm putting in finally make sense now because I've got someone to aim it to. You know what I mean? They're the type of things we have to do right now. Stefan and Kunku is stinking up the place. He's just on the periphery. Yeah, it's really poor first half from him. It feels like, you know, he needs to go. Not that he's a bad player. I still rate him highly. But it's just, again, sadly, as we are for many players, but just the wrong career move sometimes, because we're a club that don't really have concrete ideas. That's what it feels like. Because how come we constantly find ourselves in a position where since the end of that transfer ban, we've spent like over 2 billion in the market. That's a stupid amount of money to spend to not be anywhere near closer to winning the league. That's the crazy thing to me. Southern Sweet, we need a second striker in our team. I think that's so obvious. Real Gems, is this your real voice? I thought this was your commentary voice. I don't know how to reply to that, bro. I don't know how to reply to that. Shadow, after watching your last video about mega spending in January, I'm paranoid. It's annoying buying some of these players that can't help immediately. It is. Like, I get it. Like, Anselminos, whatever, cool. They can be those guys. But in the future, it's too much priority towards a future when the present isn't, like, you know, it's not concrete yet, you know? Like, there has to be some balance right now. It's just not making any sense to me. Heber, yes, I think this can incline to really bust the gut. Fair enough. He's getting his fitness. But yeah, we're not also seeing people pushing up or nothing. I agree. But I don't know. Then I think to myself, you know, with the abundance of players we have in the squad, we can't act like there aren't certain players that could have benefited. You know, like Samuel Smith. He could have been a good option alongside Tyree George today against Morecambe. At least providing an outlet, providing support, providing an overlap and underlap. There was possibilities to do little things like that. You know, I don't know. It just feels like something more could have been done to really just help us find our football against Morecambe. Because it's we're playing too much in front of them, relying on too many like Hollywood crosses from out wide, and everything's just like very slow. Like, I don't like games like this. I was really hoping, hopefully second half there's an improvement, but I was hoping that I was going to see goals today, and at least we're taking that confidence forward to Bournemouth, at least, you know what I mean. CFC have far. What does Vega do, please someone tell me? Very safe, very sideways at the moment. Again, interestingly enough, the only person who's shown they can invert is Cucurella. We saw Caicedo. He was really impressive those 2 games. He was inverting, really impressive. But you hired a manager who relies upon inverted players. And we didn't really... The squad doesn't have the options for him to consistently turn to. Yeah, Renato Vega, he's a builder project type of player. But then equally, the manager has expectations to achieve goals this season. Yeah? And he has to do that. So are you really helping him when Vega is your number 2 behind Cucurella? I think that's a bit mad, to be honest with you. Collins, I think the biggest problem we've had in the past years is the tempo. We play so slow. Yeah, we play so slow because we have too many guys at the back on the ball. They're not drawing the press towards them, because why are teams going to do that? And we have poor quality out wide. You know, the wingers are isolated. There's no third man runs. There's no movement. You know, you have to move. And I see Liverpool play, the prime example of a serious football team. You see their wide rotations. Yeah, their wide rotations down either flank. You know, I constantly see like the fullback and the winger will interchange and underlap. Then one of the midfield players will then get involved and make a run in behind, or run to draw out an opposition, and they're regularly dissecting and playing through teams. It's just like, you know, I don't think the game is that complicated. And it does feel like these are the type of like conditions you need to create if you want to get past teams like this realistically, yeah? That's the only way to do things. And I think to myself, what's the reluctance to try and recreate that here? Because it feels like that's what you have to do. Because unless we find a consistent way to beat this tactic, we're never going to win anything. That's just the honest reality to things. So there has to be more of an aggressive push towards this now, because it's just looking a bit weird, I have to say. Okay, Samuel Smith was sick, apparently. Okay, that is some good context. That explains quite a lot. Fair enough. But I'm talking as if he was guaranteed to start anyway. I like to have thought he would have been starting in a game like this, but who knows? Jindi Ono, if not for crosses, it's trying to walk the ball into the net. We need to train these boys to shoot. But bro, let's watch the game. I feel like a lot of us are saying things that logically make sense in our heads. But you have to apply that to the game you're seeing. And realistically, where are the opportunities to take shots outside of the centre backs? Like, don't forget there's an opposition. And the opposition have 5 at the back. They got 4 midfield screening them. They're making sure that attacking players can't take shots off. That's why they're set out that way. So my thing is, don't play in their hands. This is my main criticism. You're playing into the opposition's hands by playing everything inside. And why is everything going inside? Because everything you're doing outside is not optimal. It's not optimal whatsoever. There's not enough support. We aren't doing enough out wides to drag their shape. Does that make sense? Do you guys get what I'm saying? And I'm only saying this because I watch a lot of football. And again, when I've seen so many teams, your Barca's, your Madrid's, you know, your Liverpool's, your City's, so many teams that, you know, clock the T against what you have to do, and we don't do that. It just, I get lost for words sometimes. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get why. What is this reluctance to give support out wide to both flanks? Because that's the only way you're going to literally drag the team's shape right. Otherwise, what are you going to do realistically? Like, am I making sense to anyone when I'm saying this? Because I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. But to me, this is like, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense. And we just keep playing away. Everyone's complaining about slow tempo, not enough shots, too much crossing, blah, blah, blah. But that's because we are playing everything inside and playing into the hands of the opposition. And what are we doing to break away from that? And this is why everyone's looking shit, or doesn't look optimal, or isn't putting enough in, or is not taking shots. I don't get it. I don't get it. Kieran, everyone is make this put to be more than it is. Everyone is making this out to be more than it is. Did you guys watch the first half of the Liverpool game? Even the second half was crap, but they scored to make it look respectable. Bro, I watched that game. You maybe if you're a Liverpool fan, you could say, oh, our standard wasn't quite the same. But I regularly saw them creating opportunities, creating shots. I'm sorry. You can't be comparing Liverpool's performance in either half to what we've seen in this half so far. I watched that game today. Nah. I can't agree with you there. We play RPGs. Nini, can't you go get a scouting license? You know the club inside and out. Your ball knowledge would take us to the top. Bro, you guys gas me too much, man. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an armchair analyst. But I'll be honest with you. I've always wanted to, like, you know what? Like, if I'm going to actually, like, you know, do this like for a long time, because that's the whole point, right? I've been thinking to myself at some point, maybe I should get like a scouting license, or at least some type of like credible license in the game. I mean, I will enjoy that for myself, just for me being a pure football nerds. But also, I think it could add to the channel as well. So these are the little things like I've been thinking about behind the scenes. And it was something I like to tackle for sure. Just so I can like make the content better, to be honest with you. Zul, nope, our tactic in midfields overload to create half spaces. Exactly. And it's just like, but the opposition is literally stopping you from doing anything in the half spaces, but we're still forcing half space. Like it's silly. You know what I mean? It feels a bit silly in my opinion. Carolyn, hey Carolyn, hit the like button, guys. 338 people watching, not even 100 likes yet. Come on, guys. Yeah, I think I need to do more. But anyway, we're seeing a second half sub. Jadon Sancho was on. I'm assuming that means Tyreek George has been kicked off. I'm assuming so. It's not being confirmed because my flipping streams paused again. But Caroline, thank you for showing love. Thank you. If you guys want to like, cool. But I feel like equally, am I doing enough to get the likes? You know, like when I said in my last, my first news video for the year, let's get 2,500 likes. I only got like 2,400. So I'm still not, you know, I need to do more, I guess, to get the likes. Anyway, tell with Kag, oh, god damn these names. Nini, what are your thoughts on Patrick Dorgu? I think he's a very interesting player, super versatile down every single flank. You know, I'm looking at a lot of these teams around us who have like the underlapping inverted fullbacks that actually offer things in the final third with their runs and behind and stuff. Is that, you know what, if I got Kukurea, maybe for my other inverted left back, I want to have a bit of a speed demon. So I have like 2 different players I can turn to. So I can have like plan Bs everywhere. I think that's what I would do, to be honest with you. Remember, Renato Vega's being built up to be this future inverted player. But you can quite clearly see that's going to take him a lot of time. And at the moment, he just feels comfortable playing sideways and inside and sideways and inside and sideways and inside. It's not really helping much, is it? Realistically. CFC, Linz, Reese, Neto and Lavia are off. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Chadrek, can we all just relax and let the coach do his thing? The players and the team. I get what you're saying, but I feel like the criticism we're having is more towards the inefficiency of the game plan more than the players or the manager. And I think that's a valid thing because I think as a fan base, we've seen this exact game a million times now. But okay, I think second half should be starting now. Man. Bear with me, you guys. Fucking hell, this fucking thing, mate. I'm actually losing my mind. I'm actually losing my mind right now. This is... these fucking sites. I actually despise them. Yeah. The way I despise these sites, man. The ads. Like, they make serious money from these stupid pop-ups. Like, is it even worth it? Is this the only way? Fucking hell, man. Ugh. Yeah, this has to be the last time 2025 I deal with this. Like, I keep talking about the, you know, the Fire Stick. But then I always, like, pussy out in the end. Because I think, oh, you know, the moment I do it, I bet I'm going to be, you know, caught out because I'm a, you know, YouTuber or some shit. I just really feel like it's the only way, realistically. It's the only way forward now. So after this stream, I'm literally signing up to the Fire Stick life. And yeah, I'm not looking back now, to be honest with you. Because this is just taking the piss now, to be honest. Nah, this is taking the fucking piss, man. 2-0 at least. Okay, at least it's 2-0. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, 2-0. Good. I got the goal at least. Thank God. Kukurea offering something I've been talking about, and then Kunku's there at least to save the blushes. But you see what I mean? You see what I mean? If you're gonna be breaking teams like this down, you need to have support out wide. You need to have the overlaps and the underlaps. You need to have that type of movement. So it's good to see that we literally get the second goal from Kukurea being the guy, timing his third man run out wides, playing the cutback cross inside the box. Anyway, I'm going to put some lights on now, boys. Give me a sec. Yeah, I found a link now. Everything's good. Life is good again. But yeah, EK overlaps. Again, it's just like, it's the only way to break this type of team down. See, Kukurea. Like, that's what they teach these guys at La Masia. Like, this is how you affect the game off the ball. That's why Kukurea has been such a low-key, being a key player for us, because he does all this support stuff to a T, and it's his timing. Now, when is Kukurea never the option when you need him to be? You know what I mean? When is he never the option? He's always there when you need him. And that's what gives teams life. That's what gives you the possibilities to be able to unlock teams. Having players who are willing to make those types of penetrating runs. Kukurea. I think my worry is that two players that would really hurt our season is losing Caicedo or Kukurea. I think either one or both, or if he lost both, I think our season might be finished, boys, to be fair with you. Anyway, hopefully second half now, we start to create some distance with the scoreline. Jordan Slew, he replaces Marcus Dackers. Is it me? But like, you know, like a lot of players who play in lower divisions, maybe it's just like the stupid fan of me, but it feels like a lot of times, you know, if someone like a Marcus Dackers, is that like a Premier League standard name? I know I'm making a stupid point. I know I am, but it's just not sexy enough, is it? Realistically. Okay, Sancho Jadon inside to Nkunku. See, look at Gusto then going wide to make the overlap. Look at Kukurea, tuck it inside to free up. See, now the space is magically opened up. Look, isn't that funny? The space is magically opened up now because we have better support out wides, like what I've been saying. It's the only way forwards. And listen, I'm not going to act like we haven't seen this. I think the game against Crystal Palace, the result didn't go our way, but I really thought that performance was good. That's why in that match with you last week, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be being too harsh on what I saw because we played the right way and we should have won the game if the players, you know, took their moments. Anyway, and Joao Felix with a little curler outside the box. Doesn't dip how he wants it to, but it's a nice attempt. But it's crazy. Now that you have better wide support down the right and the left, it means that Morecambe, they can't just park the bus in the middle like what they was doing in the first half. That they physically can't do that. They have to engage out wide. What? Referee, that's crazy, ref. Best football player name, Jan Wenger of Hesselink. Yeah, that's that's an iconic name. Who's like other iconic names in the game? That what was it? Papadopoulos, that guy. Okay. Yes, finally, like stretching them out more. Look, there's now more spaces now open between the lines that wasn't there earlier. Like in Kunku and Coro, they have a bit more license now. Look, a bit of rotational play there. Sancho makes the run inside. Gusto overlaps out. Look at the rotations now. Look how Gusto, Sancho, and Kunku, they've all taken up different positions down that right hand side. That's what you have to do. Tyreek. Inside to Cucurella, who's been very good for us so far. Cucurella again. Toasting in front of his man, that's it. Sechko's a good name too. Yeah, Morton, Gams, Pedersen, yeah. Van Bronckhorst, yeah, exactly. Zinedine Zidane is just like iconic. Like when you're called Zinedine Zidane, you are put on this earth to be a success. And is it any surprise that this guy, he's like mastered football as a manager, as a player? I mean, yeah, just purely iconic. Like it makes you think sometimes, like low key, is like a name is like it has a bit of significance, right? Like my surname's Croxford, so I always thought like if I had a son, I might call him like Kai. You know, I want him to have like a name that flows, a name that matches, like Kai Croxford or something like that. But I'm thinking about if he was a football player, he can't have some dead name, right? Or I can't be like begging it or forcing it, like calling him Giovanni or something. Or Didier. It's tempting though to call him Didier, but nah. I couldn't be begging it like that. Naturally, we all think though, is there any way we can like incorporate one of our favorite players' names into like one of our, kids' names or whatever? Like it's what every guy does realistically. But yeah, my kid can't be called Didier. Yeah, that's but again, Didier Drogba. That's like also an iconic name, right? Didier Drogba. Yeah, Jorgensen's been very easy for him in this game. Very, very easy. And I like that he knows that this ain't my level. Like I should be tested at a much higher level. This is nothing to me. I'm not even gassed at what I'm doing. This is just, I'm just oozing class. I like that. I'm hoping Gu can get on the score sheet. We talk about the strikers, but I mean, how many moments have really been made for him, realistically? And Kunku, see, he's moving a lot more now, a lot more like rotational freedom in the second half. Sancho 1v1. Quick feet back inside Malo Gusto. Oh, Vega in behind, doesn't execute it. I think the thing with like Felix too is that I don't know. I've been thinking about this, but I feel like in the modern day game now, we're seeing the rise of these like super quick foot type of attacking players that they excel in the tight areas. You're looking at like Musiala as an example, or like Pedri's, like a few of these guys, right? And they seem to be like great weapons when it comes to unlocking teams. I just thought like, could Felix not be that type of player for us? I thought he, you know what I mean? Like he should be on the ball more, making things happen with his like dribbles, right? Like he's on the far post right now. Take the shot off at least from Kukurea. I don't know. I'm just like brainstorming out loud, but I think to myself, I just keep thinking to myself, if we ever want to win the league, we're gonna at least need to get like what 90 points, right, or 85 points. Like, how close are we to securing that amount of points? That's like winning. You need to win at least like what 28 games in a season or something to be able to even have a chance. Like, how close are we to doing that? And I think to myself, listen, we don't play bad throughout a season. We just don't have enough in the end to be able to, you know, collect and farm these points like that. And I think to myself, what are the little finishing pieces that are needed? Is it a new striker? Is it having like a weapon that can like unlock teams with their dribbles? Like, what is that? But I think it's like, it's always going to be something in the back of my head I think about, because we're not gonna we won't get any closer to doing that unless we have that. I think Esteval Willian is a step in the right direction because he excels in that moment, and I think hopefully if it goes to plan with his dribbling, quick feet, and shooting and stuff like that, he could be our Lamau type of talent. But it feels like, I don't know, if I had to like, maybe I should do a video on this, maybe I should, but I just feel like, I need to see maybe like another left back. I need to see another midfielder, another attacking player, I think, to really give us like a strong fighting chance, and a striker, and like a number two striker. Outside of that, I think we got enough. And Kunku. Header flashes across goal. The Sassy isn't there to be able to connect. Gu, like, he evades his man. I always felt like Trevor Chalobah was always really good at like, that type of header that we just saw from Nkunku. Like he normally gets it on target. Like he's got very good heading technique, Chalobah. Gusto wins that. He wins that back now. Nkunku, Tosin gets out of his feet, plays the pass into Gu. Good platform play. Counter-attacking moment now. Come on. Curve your run. Felix. Had to be into his feet, Felix. Into his feet, not ahead of him, man. Had to be into his feet. Okay. Sancho. I think the subs have definitely injected the life into that this game desperately needed. Cuckoo. Inside to Vega. Spreads out to Gusto. Tyreek. The Sassy crosses into the box. Oh, that's a very inviting cross then. Very inviting. Good play, Sancho. Back to Gusto, first time. Ah, shit, cross. I can see what he was attempting though. He wanted to like... the sassy. That's funny. But yeah, I can see what he was trying to attempt, and it was like Alexander-Arnold first time ball across goal. I mean, again, it shows you how hard it is to execute that, right? A very hard crossing technique to pull off. I feel like maybe Gusto can at times do a bit more with his crossing just to improve it. But I do like him. I think he's a very good all-round player. Okay. Anyone remember Oscar? I really liked his game. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, he was a decent player. Tyreek, come on, Tyreek. Please get an assist or goal today, bro. Nice little idea then. Corner. Ryan, anyone? Yep. Arun, maybe number 2 shirts makes you shoot potentially. Kendrick Paz, Santos, Esteval will be great additions. Yeah, I'm really curious about Paez because I think to myself, if Maresca at the moment, which could be different in the future, but at the moment, if there's like a little reluctance around Felix and then Kunku, what hope does this give Kendrick Paez to break in and do something? I like to be proven wrong. I like to think that during the Club World Cup, we're going to see something, right? Okay. Another crossing opportunity. Sancho holds it up. Please make the overlap. It wasn't... Tariq didn't run in behind quickly enough then. Samsung, the hate Nkunku gets, Chelsea's top scorer. Yeah, I think it can be forced. I think sometimes it's just like too easy to hate. You have to understand the difficulties that some players receive. Listen, some players are just like underperforming or aren't good. Like, I'm having like a general discussion. Yeah, cool. But that's not the case for every player. So I feel like it's quite lazy when, oh, you're not performing, it must be in your bads. East Santiago, Chelsea's 2025 attack, Palmer, Esteval, Kvaratskhelia, Delap. I can't imagine Kvaratskhelia coming to us now, not with Paris Saint-Germain in the running. But I'm actually a bit confused by Paris Saint-Germain because you've got Bradley Barcola, top scorer. I how do you balance that? You got Usman on the right as well. Like, someone's gonna eventually have to leave because of that. It's even like Marmoush. I think Marmoush, brilliant player at Frankfurt, brilliant football player. But then you're just gonna be the Julian Alvarez 2.0, where you're gonna be at City for like 1 to 2 years before you bounce, because you're gonna be under Erling Haaland's shadow. Now, listen, maybe he's coming at a different time now because certain players like Grealish's and De Bruyne's could be bouncing, and there's openings in the squad. Fair enough, that can make sense. But I'll be honest, I think Marmoush would have been someone I would have been interested in if we were linked with him. Tosin. Gusto. Goes back inside again instead of outside. Okay, Sancho cuts inside. Nice attempt. Left foot shot. Bit of a difficult one to execute. And Kunku. Sancho. Who's making the run into space then? No one did. Now the ball's out wide to the left. Tyreek. Back inside to Felix. Nice little flick. Another flick from Sancho. Back to the right hand sides. Yep, Gusto. Cross gets blocked. Marmoush is City and Salah and Liverpool. Maybe it's time we get our own Egyptian guy up front. Feels like it. I just love that this game is so funny. Like, I think to myself, ain't it crazy that, you know, two man from Cairo ending up at two of the biggest clubs in the world. Like, you think of, like, there's millions of kids every year in the game. Oh shit. That is so funny. Tosin again, yeah? Come on, Tosin. You have to go for the hat trick today now, man. I'm sorry. If a penalty comes up, I don't want to see nonsense about penalty hierarchy. I want to see Tosin stepping up to take it. I needed to see something real talk. It was getting a little bit boring, I'll be honest with you. But Tyreek finally gets an assist. And yeah, probably the easiest assist he'll get his whole career. I mean, what a great shot by Tosin. But look at the placement. It wasn't just like hitting and hoping. This was like placing the effort in. Look how he takes out his feet. Like that technique for the shot then. Like the inside curler. That's not an easy one. That is not an easy long shot at all to execute. Like if you guys kick ball, that's normally the hard one to pull off, right? So that was an excellent goal from Tosin, I have to say. That was a mad goal. That's funny. Lewis, we found our striker. Yeah, it was Tosin this entire time. How funny. Please, Tosin, get a hat trick, man. Like, you could kickstart this like cult figure status at the football club. Like the Marcos Alonso as centre-backs. That would be funny. Nah, I want to see Tosin with a hat trick now. I'm sorry. This will make the game like entertaining and memorable. When's the last time a centre-back scored like a brace? I think the last time I remember was it Ivanovic against Liverpool all those years back? Or no, or someone else got a brace, right? Huh? Come on, Tosin. Shoot! Come on! Really good vibes, yeah. I don't know. Come on, man. See, like, the goal tallies go up and then the mad opinions come. I don't think, Sancho. Look at Sancho's footwork compared to Neto's on the right. Listen, I can't be doing the comparison, right? But listen, I don't mind seeing Neto on the left-hand side again. I hope that he finds himself there at times. I thought he was actually okay from the left. Tyreek. Come on, let Gu get a goal at least. It's not even one shot, I don't think. Tyreek, back to Gu. Can't take a shot even though he wants to. Smart pass that wide. Cross back inside. Far post. Cucurella's there. Oh, skims off the top of the net then. E. Santiago. Samson, relax. This is against MORECAMBE. Exactly. Even like when the results weren't going our way, Fernandes was still playing well. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. So I'm sorry. And like Fernandes, he does that McAllister stuff of like making the third man runs and actually moving. So you're not paying attention, bro. You're not clocking Enzo. Samson, Tosin hat-trick. Yeah, I have to see that. Hat-trick or long shots. That's what I mean. Like, this will be an unforgettable game if Tosin can pull off the impossible right now. I don't think anyone placed any bets on centre-backs in this game. Getting a brace of long shots. Actually, when's the last time a player scored 2 long shots in a game? Was it Frank Lampard or something? Like, that's such an interesting one. When's the last time you've seen a player score from 2 bangers outside the books? Yes, Khalid, I agree, man. We can't be using the window as a savior for everything right now. I think we can fine-tune a few things. But after that, my God, the window shit has to cut down. Come on, MORECAMBE. Like, at least play from a bit of pride now, for God's sake. At least, like, trying to do something against us. Oh, that is a dangerous ball then. Jorgensen's hands all over the place. Come on. Where's Tosin? Might as well just swap Gu and Tosin at this point, realistically. Tyreek, back inside. Joao. Oh, he finally scored from that shot that he loves doing. Finally scored it. That's it. At least, again, the scoreline now is getting a bit more respectable, up to our standards. Felix silencing his haters once again. Are you guys like low-key joining or something? It's funny, man. The keeper just, what was that? Like, real talk. You see what I mean? Like, once you get like the first or the second goal, these teams, like, mentally, they give up then. It's just like, you know what, we've been running and we've been like working hard for what realistically, like, there's no point now. Oh, Toast, a nice little flick clearance. Sassy. Vega in behind. He's been trying to find that ball in behind to Tyreek, but he's not been able to execute it. Okay. Okay, a nice little bit of Joga Benito then. Cucurella, again, just having a guy that wants to commit in behind defenses, man, with runs. It just makes a difference. Felix. Come on, Felix. Okay, that's better, Felix. That's better, Felix. Very nice score from Felix. We scored some bangers today, haven't we? Yeah, the long shots. But why are we able to take long shots? Because we've opened the game up by stretching them more. See, look at that run in between from Cucurella. Look how it disorganizes the defense. Now look, Felix is now freed up on that side. Like, we couldn't do that in the first half because everything was too flat and in front of them. I'm always going to be a proponent of you need that type of movement. You need to stretch. You need to disorganize. If you don't do that, you just kind of lock up your creative players. I think that's been the biggest difference between the first half and the second half. And the subs, having Gusto and, you know, now that we're not using three at the back to play out from, you know, when you got two guys who want to support out wides. I mean, thank God it happened. And, it's, you know, if we did it in the first half, maybe it's just like 8-0 by now or something, you know. Come on, keep a clean sheet though. Like, I can't be conceding to MORECAMBE at all today. I'm sorry. Fuck. As I say that, as I say that, as I say that too. Okay, the scoreline's finally updated. Goods. Okay, updating the scoreboard. And Kunku. Sancho, oh, great play, him and Gu. Penalty, 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 penalty. Come on, man. I did do it on purpose. They just like, you know what? We don't want to do it. Like, they're just not consistent. I mean, come on, that's a straight pen. You're denying either Tosin or Felix a hat-trick right now. That is bullshit. Look, it's a penalty. You're gonna. How can you ignore that? How can you possibly ignore that? Jorgensen, I thought it was going very easy for him until like the second half, this last 10, 20 minutes. If you're a MORECAMBE fan and you even decide to leave the stadium now to go back home, you're an absolute fool, in my opinion. Because when are you ever going to see your team playing against us right now? When you have an opportunity to come to London to see a game like this as a MORECAMBE fan? So please, I get it, man, but you're not a real football fan of your club if you're that pissed off that you would leave like 15 minutes before the game ends. That's it. Sancho. Okay, all the way back. Why not? Jorgensen. Yeah, I agree, Santiago. If it's, yeah, it would be different. Okay. The Sassy. Can we at least make it like, can someone get a hat trick? Either Felix or Tosin. For me, for the love of the game, I think Tosin with any like, penalty attempts, that would just be the best thing, to be honest. Tyreek. It's crazy to me that United just didn't get the best out of Sancho. Like, when you see what Sancho has done for us this season, it makes you realise just how finished an institution Manchester United are. Because how the hell can you have someone like Sancho and he was struggling to do anything, you know? Not serious at all. No serious style of play, no nothing. It's crazy that they allowed Sancho to come to us, to strengthen us. Okay, Sancho on the left side now. His footwork is just so mad, isn't it, really? Obviously, playing against lower position, it feels like, he's like light years ahead. You can just tell, right? But everything's so crisp, his balance, control, the ball. I love that him and Hudson-Odoi are having really good seasons so far. Hopefully, both these guys find themselves back in the national team on the left-hand side. Listen, Anthony Gordon's in that cool. I've always thought the superior left-wing talents in this country have always been Hudson-Odoi and Jadon Sancho. And yeah, I have to see these guys back in the national team fold up. I'm sorry, Gordon's not better than them. Okay. Tyreek, can he get a second assist? Can Tosin complete his hat trick? This is a prime time, man. Ooh. Yeah. The thing about MORECAMBE, like, their game plan failed them because they defended so hard. They've got no energy for counter attacks. They've got no energy to play forwards. I think that's why it's been easier for us now to like really open them up. Come on, boys. Let's get the 6th goal, man. Milan has got a point. What's Milan said? Milan's point. I'm afraid we're going to become United 2.0 if we keep making the same mistakes they did, which is what we're doing now. I think I get your fear, but I don't think our foundations are quite the same as Man United's. I mean, we're a lot closer to like a Brighton type of model compared to whatever United are trying to do, to be honest with you. I mean, to this day, I mean, they're just, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they are, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I can see, you know, I kind of get what you're alluding to in your sentiment. I agree with, but I don't agree with the example, I guess. Come on, boys. Let's get the 6th goal, man. Come on. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, like, what would you title this this match of you today? Like, what would you go for? I don't know why I'm so tired right now. It's crazy. Come on, Tolson, shoot! That's it, Tolson. Ooh. Cucurella. And Kunku. Cucurella. See, it's just always been regularly being an option to play the cutback and the diagonal pass back. Like, oh, Cucurella, man. He's really benefited from the fact that we play a style of football now that suits him more. You know, he wasn't that, you know, defensive fullback. I think that's why he was getting killed so many times. He's that supportive type of offensive fullback. Come on, Tolson. Oh, he's not there. He's not there. Come on, let's win the ball off this guy, man. Vega, that's yours. That's yours, bro. Can he score? He's out. See, out of steam. He's out of steam. No, he's a sub. He's not out of steam. He got subbed on. There's no confidence. But that's the difference, right? It's split decisions. Like, he had to take another touch to set himself up for a proper shot then. But he, you know, the mentals, he was too nervous. I mean, I get it. And Kunku. Sloppy Gusto. Not even looking, bro. Oh. Unlucky, mate. But anytime I watch, like, you know, when you watch pros from like the low divisions play against the top division ones, I always think like, what is like the key differences? Like, everyone can control the ball and do nice skills and touches and take shots out of the box and stuff like that. But like, what separates like the established like elite pros, like, you know, that you see playing for us compared to like your Division 2 team, right? And maybe, you know, maybe the margins aren't like as big as we think it is, but they're just like more impactful, I guess, you know? Like the technique in moments, like your mental temperament and stuff. Like that guy at the moment, if he had just got his knee over the ball then, you know, that's a lot more likely to be able to be on target at least. And Kunku, nice turn. See what I mean? Cucurella and Kunku spreads wide to Jadon Sancho. Has been having fun. He's had fun in the second half. Come on, Sancho, make it 6. Come on, Sancho. They can't cope with him at all, man. They really can't. Got the wrong brother mixed up then. Come on, Nkunku, play it back to Tosin, man. Someone like release him. We have like a few minutes to get Tosin a hat trick. Oh, Sancho can do that if he wants. Ah, unlucky, unlucky. Second half sub sensation. Malo Gusto has been so mellow, yeah. Hey, referees like not wasting any time with extra time. That's it. Calm 5-0 win. Um, this weekend. At least we progressed into the next round, which was a standard, I guess. Nice to see Torres with the brace, like stats wise. When's the last time we've seen a centre back score a brace, but also scored 2 shots outside the box? I don't think we've. When's the last time any player scored 2 goals out the books? Or like, yeah, I think this is one of the games where I've seen the most long shots scored. I think Felix, both his goals are out the books, right? Like full bangers. I mean, you can't complain. You can't complain. Like, it's a bit of entertainment, a bit of fun. First half was pretty stale, I can't lie to you, but the second half we started playing correct, and when you create the conditions to play properly, then yeah, it's too much then. Anyway, the Morecambe players, they're doing what they came in to do, securing the shirts and players that they wanted. Songo secured Felix's, I can tell. Okay, a lot of player shirt swaps going on. That's it, boys and girls. That's it. 5-0 win. We're through now. Thank you for the stream link, Moritz. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all you guys. But you know what time it is now? I need to bounce. I need to get this match review up. And I might release a second video. It depends, because I'm entertaining tonight. I've got a few friends coming round, and for some reason I said I was gonna cook today, and I thought I'm gonna cook something fun. So I'm gonna make fried chicken. I got the chicken pieces in the buttermilk right now. Obviously, if I'm gonna make fried chicken, I'm gonna make it properly, yeah, in the buttermilk, seasoned buttermilk. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're lucky that they got such a great friend of me who likes to host and entertain. And I'm gonna be making some like parsnip fries as well. I'm trying to like. I think to myself every Christmas, you know, I have sprouts and turkey and stuff once a year, but I'm like, why am I only having it once a year? But I actually enjoy this stuff. So yeah, hopefully there's enough time to make a second video today, but I think realistically you guys need to live your life this weekend. You can't be consuming content forever, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Get out there, see your friends, do something, find a hobby, you know, get a life. It can't just be videos non-stop. So my friends, thank you to everyone who's shown love with the super chats, who's been involved, all that good stuff, man. And tomorrow you're gonna see more uploads. I'm gonna have the upload in the morning ready for you guys. So yeah, see you all very soon. Cool. And thank you, Maxi Vice. I was about to just end the stream, but yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. And the little cat, I do like cats.